Hi, everybody. I wanted to record a quick, well, we'll see how quick, video um, in this moment in time while so many of us are struggling, um, while I'm really struggling, uh, because I feel like so many times when this kind of grief affects us, and let me be clear, I have never experienced this kind of grief. I have never experienced a loss like this. I have never experienced this kind of pain. And I'm 45. So you would have thought somewhere down the line, this kind of pain would have hit. And I am stepping into this for the first time in my life and having to say goodbye to somebody who was so important to me. One of the most important people in my life. And I've been thinking a lot about grief, and I've been thinking a lot about things that are out of our control, and obviously a lot about Bree and my friends. And I've been getting so many messages. Thank you. So many messages. I took over an hour this morning replying back to DMs and texts, and just so many people checking in on me because they knew how much Bree was a part of my life and a part of our friend group, that we called the Poetry Babes. And I'm a little scared because I haven't ever done this before. I'm sure there's lots of us that haven't done this before. I think of Feliz and Mac and how any of us are going to do this. Caitlin, Joe, how any of us are going to do this, I don't know. But I want to be able to create a community, and I want to be open. And when things like this happen, there's always some sort of layer of secrecy, or grief is so personal and people don't know what to say. And it's funny because I've always been on the other side of that, and now I'm walking the steps of grief, and I'm feeling all those things around me, and it's weird. I wrote my graduate thesis on the rhetoric of death, the language of death culture in Western cultures mostly. And I remember writing that, and the reason I chose to write about it was because I was so afraid of death. I was so afraid that someone I loved would die. And we all know that that's going to happen. We're all going to die. It's as natural as being born. But it feels so unnatural, and it feels so mean. And so I'm trying to go back to, everything I read and everything I wrote, and if it mattered, and if it's going to help me now at all. Because I have sat in the world academically and rhetorically of the death industry in various points in my life, as a researcher. And now it's happening to me in reality. And I'm fucked up. We're all fucked up. The pain is overwhelming, and it's hard to know what to do. I've been wandering around my house like a fucking wild animal. I can't even imagine going outside. I can't imagine eating food. I can't imagine, well, I can't imagine drinking wine. Don't worry, I'm being safe, not being crazy. I don't know how I'm going to just go on with my life like without her. I know I will, and I know I have to, and I know we all have to, but I don't know what it's going to look like for me. I don't know what it's going to look like from day to day. I don't know when I don't know how long it's going to be before I feel like I can pick myself up off the fucking couch and like go grocery shopping. I don't know, because right now I can't do much. And instead of sitting on my couch alone, I wanted to just record this moment and hopefully bring people into the fold to our grieving Brie. There's so many of us grieving her because she was expansive and magical. She was absolutely one of the most unique people I've ever met, and I was lucky enough that I got to be one of her best friends. And we lived this life together in a true partnership for the last 4.5 years, 5 years. And I feel such a hole. I feel so left behind. I have a little bit of anger because and I know she just wanted to rest. I know she just wanted to rest, and I know that it wasn't her. I know that whatever was going on with her that led her to where she was not the real Brie. The real Brie was the Brie at my doorbell dancing and so excited to leave my book. She told me Saturday night after our book event, I had some people over and she was just sitting here on my couch. And she told me that the book, the proof that she had that she was leaving notes in for me, that she gave it to me so I could apply the notes, and then she wanted it back because she said it was going to be a family heirloom. Because she said she thought I was a prophet. And her being able to be a part of me creating that piece of art was just as important to her as it was to me. And you don't find friends like that very often. She loved me. And I loved her a lot. And the magical foursome that we fucking created, the force of us, of me and Joe and Caitlin and Brie, was like nothing I have ever experienced, and nothing will ever replace it. And we are never going to be the same. And we're grappling with that right now. But anyway, I know so many people who were at the event, or there's so many people that were connected that know both me and Brie, which is why I feel like I've had so many people reaching out, and thank you so much. It really, you know, when people say, what can I do for you? I don't know. Like I really understand now that when people are in grief, they don't know what they need. I don't know what I need. I have no idea. I can't think. I can't come up with a thing for you to do because I can barely breathe. So a text, and I love you. I've had, my friends Sierra and my friend Tiff and Lorelai and Sparkle Dance, y'all left flowers. So nice. Emily sent breakfast. So many things. Those things are things I can't think of ahead of time, but when they happen, matter, and they matter for all of us. And I just think I want to be able to talk about it. I don't want it to be me in my house grieving alone. Christy's coming over tonight to be with me. My boyfriend has been here just holding me and like not asking me to say anything. Like, that is an insane thing to do for somebody. Just show up and hold them, and don't make them talk. Don't ask them questions. Don't change the subject. Don't try to lighten the mood. Just hold someone's body so that they can cry. These are things I've never had to do before. Because I've never faced it. But like, when the things happen that I need, I'm like, oh my gosh, I needed that so bad. Like, I don't like to cry in front of people. I can't believe I'm on here right now doing this. I am so internal, and I'm such an introvert that to be vulnerable and cry is really hard for me. But what I'm learning is that is what I need. I need people. So if anyone out there is grieving Bree, or even if you didn't know Bree and you're grieving, I feel this web of interconnectivity between all of us who knew her. Whether you knew her a little bit, whether you just saw her at the event on Saturday, whether you just followed her on Instagram and never knew her, we are now a web of Bree's love. And that's what I think we all need. We need to talk about her. We need to talk to each other. We need to be able to say how we're feeling. We need to be able to feel like it's okay to dissolve into your couch for a few days. And it's also okay to go out and live your life. It's also okay to feel like you need to get dressed up and go to dinner, or you need to go on a trip. Like, life is happening, and Bree lived life in a way that we all know was magical, beautiful, expansive. And I'm going to take that with me in all the decisions I make for the rest of my life. And we can all create this web of connection around a common love for her. And if anyone needs anything, if anybody wants to jump on a FaceTime, sit in silence, or just connect through the internet or anything like that, I want to talk about her. And I want to share funny videos and funny stories, and I want to read her poems. And I don't ever want to feel like she's not with me. So we can all cry together, and I'm not gonna pretend I'm okay for a while, because I'm not okay. I'm not gonna be okay for a long time. I'm gonna cry a lot. But I still want to be here with you all. So thanks for listening. Thanks for everyone who's checked on me. There's so many of us who need checked on, because Bree had a community that was so big. And it wasn't just a community of people who knew her. My friend Steph, who was in town this weekend for the event, she had never met Bree. And she was telling me, we were at dinner on Friday night, that the second Bree looked at her with those light eyes that just hold universes, she's like, I knew she was listening to me. I knew she saw me. She didn't turn away. It didn't matter how long I was talking. It didn't matter what I said. She wanted to know me. She wanted to hear me. And she made me feel so seen. And that's what Bree did for every single person she knew. And everyone she didn't know. Any conversation Bree had, you had her undivided attention. And I'm so lucky that I got to be in her closest inner circle. I'm so glad we got to go on so many trips together. we experienced so many things together, and I have years worth of photos and videos and love that she's given me. So I just wanted to get on here and say that today. So thank you, everyone. I love you, and cry if you need to cry, because that's what I'm doing today.